Forging horse hooves.
Hello everybody, my name is Sheldon Thomas, and this is the S&S Horseshoeing YouTube channel. For those of you guys that are just joining us, this is a follow-up video on some videos I've done in the past with Pinto Bean, and he's kind of had a long road to recovery. We've been at it with him for about a little over a year now. And for those of you that are subscribed, you're probably wondering why he has a cast on, not a shoe like we put on him in the last video, and we'll get to that. But for those of you that are new, I'll put some pictures up of things we've been struggling with and some successes and failures we've had over the past little while. I've got two previous videos where I pulled these pictures from, and I'll put a link to those two videos kind of towards the end of the video. These pictures you can see right here is actually the last thing I did as the farrier. Kind of a quick recap on why this hoof looks the way it does. I'll let you go watch the videos and I do a better job of explaining it there. But basically, he was having chronic abscesses and we couldn't figure out what it was, and so the owner took him into the vet and they found a keratoma. So they went in, dug out that keratoma. He was recovering, then it wasn't healing right, so they went in and looked again, the keratoma started growing back. So they went in and dug it out. Anyway, we've kind of been in that fight for the last little while. And then fast forward to 2 weeks ago, he was recovering good, and then they decided to do a CT scan just to go in there and make sure we were actually recovering this time instead of letting the whole hoof wall grow out and then realizing that we still had a problem. So they went in there, did that, found more keratoma tissue, and so 2 weeks ago they took off the heart bar shoe we had put on there in the last video, and then re-resected that hoof wall to get all that keratoma out of there. Kind of went aggressive just to hopefully finally be done with it. You can see it's pretty compromised there. And so for the last 2 weeks he's been in a cast. The cast you saw him taking off there at the very beginning of the video. Now they're just going ahead and getting it cleaned up, getting it washed down. Then we'll go ahead and put another cast on. Something I found interesting, you'll see him right there. He's putting a little square patch of gauze on there. It's got some povidone iodine in it. So what that's going to do is keep the bacteria down, keep the bacteria from growing. And also, in the past, he's had proud flesh grow out of that where they resected the hoof wall. You might have noticed that in some of the pictures I showed. So this povidone iodine's cytotoxic. So if they just put a little bit in there, you can't put too much or can burn the tissue and stuff, but just a little bit, it'll help keep that proud flesh at bay so it can heal normally. I just wanted to mention that Pinto Bean is sedated for this, so he's not feeling a whole lot of them touching it and getting it clean and stuff. Pinto Bean's usually a real mellow horse and lets us do quite a bit with his foot, but there's no reason to let him feel any of that. So.
You want one more, or do you want to put cast on? Put that around.
Also, it's important to note that anybody you see working on Pinto Bean right there, they're all veterinarians. I'm just the horseshoer here, watching for the day, trying to learn something. So everybody that's working on is highly qualified, knows exactly what they're doing. So that stuff you see him rolling on there right now, that's the casting material, and it'll set up hard. All the rest of the stuff on the inside was padding and stuff, so it doesn't cause sores. But this is the stuff that'll actually set up. It's the same stuff that you get put on your arm if you break your arm or something like that. Just used for veterinary medicine. So kind of our game plan from here, the cast you saw us taking off at the very beginning, that had been on there for 2 weeks. Then this cast they'll leave on for 2 weeks, and Pinto Bean will be on stall rest the whole time. He'll just be in a little tiny stall so he can't run around too much. And that's just to let that thing heal the best they can. If they start moving around too much and get out in the sticks and the dirt, some dirt can get down in that cast or a stick or something like that, and can cause cast sores. So they kind of keep them confined to a stall and let that foot heal up the best they can. And then in 2 weeks we'll come back, reassess, kind of see. It's obviously his foot's going to need trimmed by then. So we'll see if we can take him out of the cast, or if we can put a shoe on, maybe a glue-on type shoe. So make sure and subscribe to the channel. Maybe hit the bell icon so you get notified when we upload that video. Something I forgot to mention earlier, you can see on Pinto Bean's right hind foot, there's a boot on it. And there's nothing wrong with his foot over there, but you can see what that veterinarian there is getting ready to glue on the bottom of his foot. It's about, I don't know, 2 inches off the ground, so what you do to one side, you got to do to the other. He'll be all lopsided for the next 2 weeks. So that's why they got that boot on that other side, so he's even and his hips don't get all out of whack. Something we thought we might do is we've had some people, after they'll leave a comment down below and they'll let us know where they're from. We got people from Australia, from South America, or sometimes they'll just tell us the state that they're from. So we'd invite you guys, if you do leave a comment, just right at the end of your comment, let us know where you're from. It's kind of fun when reading through all you guys' comments to know where you guys are from. Or if you just want to go down there, you don't got nothing to say, but just let us know where you're from. That way it'll keep things interesting as I'm reading through and replying to everybody's comments. That's another thing. At the moment I am reading and replying to everything, so if you got something, I actually do read it. At least at the moment. As our channel grows, it might get out of hand, but right now I do read and reply to all the comments, so let us know if you have any questions down in the comments. Something else, we had some people asking about if we were selling shirts or hats or anything with our logo, so we decided to do that. And the person we had made them has a YouTube channel called Copper Calf, and I'll put a link right here. You can watch how she goes about making the shirts. I thought it was pretty neat. Also, here's the links to the 2 previous videos. Here's the first one, here's the second one, just so you can see kind of the story from how we got to this point. There's a little video clip of him walking after it was all said and done. You can see he's got a little limp there, but not too bad for what the hoof looked like. That cast will serve him well for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll keep you updated. Thanks for spending time with us today. Hope this video found you guys happy and healthy, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good one.
Like it? Forging horse hooves. Don't forget to subscribe.